Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you to Creating Cards with Debbie this morning. I'm going to give a moment for everybody to get here. Let me bring my laptop up so I can watch the comments. Be sure you comment when you come on. I thought I had my notifications turned off. Let me go in there and find me. Well, I'm here somewhere, I think. Okay, there I am. Okay. I'm going to give a moment for everybody to get on here this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, be sure you comment when you come on so I know that you're here. And if you're not in Arkansas, let us know where you are. It's kind of fun to see where everybody's watching from. I'm hoping we don't have any technical problems today. It seems to be the norm anymore. But let me, I introduce myself as Creating Cards with Debbie. My name is Debbie Foster, and I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm glad that you're able to be here today, and I hope you enjoy the cards we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing 3 different cards, and one is going to be a fun fold. Those are always fun to do. That's why they call them fun folds. Let me go ahead and turn you down here and we'll get started. If you get dizzy, close your eyes until I get it turned around. And I turn this the right direction. And I'm hoping that it's showing the right way. No, I'm going to need to turn my phone around. Okay, that looks better. Make sure we're straight, and if we have to zoom in at all. Trying to get situated here. And let me zoom in just a bit. It is kind of crooked. I'm trying to see which way I need to come with it. Maybe this way. That might have made it worse. I have a delay on my laptop too, so I'm waiting for that to catch up so I can see. It might have froze on me. Can I tell up here? Hi Becky, good morning. I'm just trying to get a little straighter here. So, is it looking good on your side? I think my laptop froze a little bit on me. It's not moving. Let me do a refresh on it. Well, come on. Okay. I'm thinking that I Go a little bit that way because it's showing my legs too much. It's still pretty crooked. Good morning, cousin. Amber, your laptop can't get me. I don't know. Maybe you need to do a refresh on it or something. Okay, is that... I'm going to just leave as is here. There. That looks pretty straight. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. I want to welcome everybody here this morning. I'm glad that you're able to take some time out of your day to be with me. We're going to do 3 cards today. One's a fun fold. And as you know, I'm creating cards with Debbie. And you can shop in my store for any items that you may be needing. Is www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And if your order is under $150, use this May code, which is XNWX2DDG. And that's also in the description of this video if you missed that. And here's my blog address. And if you want to sign up for Paper Pumpkin, here's the address to go to. And to join my team, here's the address for that. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to talk about Paper Pumpkin for our June. You have until June 10th to sign up for that. And it's called Pick of the Crop. It says, wishing for the weekend strolls at the farmer's market. So I don't know if we're going to have some fruit, vegetables, not sure. But it's also going to include a little mini canvas shopping bags with it. So, well, there'll be one in the kit, and you can order extras if you'd like to. But it's called Pick of the Crop, Crafts of the Season. Give your card collection a fresh refresh with this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. We're talking fresh ideas, designs, cards, and crafts. Each month we strive to deliver a seasonal selection, and this month is no different. Plus we've got an add-on you can purchase to expand on this month's kit, and that's the mini canvas shopping bags. You can order extras. So this month's kit includes all the supplies you need to create 9 cards and coordinating envelopes, plus 1 mini canvas shopping bag for a fun twist on card packaging, a cute market-themed stamp set to express your love, friendship, and adoration while staying in season, paper pieces and embellishments that you can mix and match to create fresh designs every time. And Paper Pumpkin is a monthly kit that you can get, and it comes with everything that you'll need in it. The first month that you get it, you receive an acrylic block with it too, so all you'll need to supply would be just your scissors and maybe a liquid adhesive. And it's always a real surprise to see what comes each month, so I look forward to mine every month. How do you refresh your laptop? There should be a little arrow at the top of your web bar at the very top. You should be able to click on that, and that should refresh it for you, Amber. Is that what you're asking? That's on your laptop. But if you're on your phone, you just slide your finger down the screen and refresh it. Okay, and also during the month of May until May 31st, Stampin' Up! Is running a promotion to get your starter kit. And what that is you pay $99 for a starter kit, and you pick out $125 worth of products. And on top of that, they're also including all the in-color products, which is the 2022 to 2024 in-color grid paper. And you get the 5 ink pads, the new ink colors, plus a pack of the assorted cardstock, that's the in colors, and also a pack of the 6x6 designer series paper. So that's an added benefit of $66.50 that you can receive just during the month of May until May 31st. So if you have any questions on that, be sure you reach out to me. And if you don't want to do it as a business, you can do it just as a hobby shopper. And with that, with your next orders after your starter kit, you'll receive a discount on all the products that you purchase. So if you have any questions, just reach out to me and I'll fill you in on all the details of that. So I think that's all the housekeeping things I have to do. So we're just going to go ahead and get started here. So here's our first card. We're going to be using the In the Moment stamp set, and also we'll be using the tailor-made tags and the scalloped contour dies. Let me get all my instructions and bits and pieces out here and we'll get started. I bought a lot of this already die cut already, so it should save a little time. Let me just get everything in order here so I don't get it mixed up. I feel like I got a sneeze this morning, so if I do, excuse me. Can you tell me the size of the waves of inspiration stamp? Do you know what page it's on, Amber? Okay, looks like it's on page 101. Let me look that up real quick. So you want to know, can you tell me size of waves of inspiration stamp? What do you mean by which one do you need the size of? Are you talking the wave? I think I have it right here. Let me bring it out here. See, it's a fairly large stamp. I don't know if you can tell on there. I can give you the measurements. It is, looks like 5 1/4 inches long and about 2 1/2 inches tall. Is that what you're needing? Oh, Sharon, my sound is cutting out. Well, is it cutting out for everybody else too? So I hope that answers your question. I think it was the wave you probably had a question on, Amber. So am I cutting out for everybody else? The sound? Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, Amber. I'm glad I was able to help you with that. Are y'all able to hear me? I don't see anybody commenting, so I'm not sure. Maybe they can't hear me. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Kind of waiting. I don't know if I should go on in case you can't hear me. Okay, we're starting out with a basic black cardstock as our base of our card. And it's measuring 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And it's scored in the middle at 414. I'm sorry, at 4 inches and a fourth. I was trying to read the comments and trying to multitask here. It wasn't working. Okay, Amber hears me okay. Maybe it might have been just Sharon that wasn't hearing me, so I'm hoping that she got it figured out and fixed. So I'm going to go ahead. So here's our base. And I've already die cut our paper, and I'm using, the paper that I'm using comes from Heart and Home, and we're using this pattern right here. With this paper, it's got one side, it's got a pattern on, and then the other side has like a wood grain. Okay, good, Sharon. I'm glad you figured it out yourself or something, or did you have to refresh or something? I'm glad you're here. Okay, so I've die cut our designer series paper out already. I'm using the Scallop Contours dies. And I thought I just had that, which comes from this, and I used this size here. It's the second to the largest one. I die cut the designer series paper with that, and then I cut out the basic white cardstock using the next size down. So let me put those back in my package so I don't lose them. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do our stamping on this one here. So I'm going to bring over a scratch paper to keep my surface clean. So we're going to do some sponging or some blending. And I've got my blending brushes here. And we're going to use the Balmy Blue and Soft Suede. So we're going to do the Balmy Blue as our sky area. And I'm just going to tap, tap, tap on my pad. I'm going to tap off on my paper to get a lot of the ink off. I don't want to leave smudges on my surface that I'm trying to color. And tap, tap, tap. I'm not putting a lot on here, just going to give it a little bit of a tinge of color, just to kind of tone down that white background. Alright, and then we're going to come in with our soft suede, and we're going to do the bottom portion. And we'll tap, tap, tap again. So there's a lot of ink on there. We don't want that onto our paper like that. So we want a lighter color. And that's good for that one. And we'll set our blending brushes aside. And then we're going to come in and we're going to stamp using black memento ink. And let me get our stamps out here. And like I said, I'm using the In the Moment stamp set. And we're going to stamp this girl that's standing there at the porch. I guess she's out looking out over the ocean. She's probably on the beach. It's a good place to be. Alright, we're going to stamp her towards the upper portion of our die cut. And I'm going to cover that ink pad up so I don't stick my arm in it. Okay. And place that back in there. And I'm going to let my ink dry a little bit because we're going to do some blending with our pens. And trying to figure out what I need to do here next. I think I'm going to do my sentiment, which is, that's the inside one, this is the outside one. I'm going to do a little masking here. I want just the word relax. So we're going to use my washi tape to cover that rest of it so we don't stamp the whole thing. And, okay, and I'm going to use my soft suede. And we're just going to ink up that word relax. And making sure I got it inked up really good. And be sure you take the washi tape back off, that you don't stamp with that on there, you'll have a mess. And I'm going to bring in a little tag that I've already die cut, and we're going to stamp that relax on there. Like so. And then I'm going to bring in my Simply Chamois, which I put where there in front of me. And we're going to clean off our stamp. And then we're going to cover up. Now we're just going to stamp this onto some scrap white, basic white. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these words apart, so that's why we're doing that on a scrap paper instead of a tag or anything. So we can close that pad up. And we'll set these aside and we'll do our color blending. We're going to start out with their skin tone. It's going to be ivory. And I'll try to do this fairly fast so we don't take up too much time here. Am I still in camera view? Yeah. So anybody have any big plans for the Memorial Day weekend coming up? And I'm going to use the dark and light sweet sorbet for her hat. We're going to start with the dark. And I'm just going to do some highlighting with the dark. And also her belt of her dress. And then I have the dark and light Tahitian Tide. These are the new in colors. And we're going to do some dark highlights here. Forgot to do the light sweet sorbet on her hat. Jumped ahead of myself there. Alright, now we're going to go with a light Tahitian tide. I really like this stamp set. I haven't really used it a whole lot, so I need to start using it more. It's got a lot of cute images on it. I guess sometimes we just have too many choices. It's hard to choose. Okay. And I might come down a little bit farther on her dress. Alright. And then for the hair, I'm using our natural blends, which is, they don't have names, they have numbers on them. So we're using the SU 400 and the 300 to do her hair. So I'm just going to put a few highlights here and there, mix it up a little bit. And doing the rest. My laptop is loud today. The fan keeps running on it. I think it might have froze on me. Do a refresh. Alright, and then for the, I'm not a wine drinker or anything, so I'm making her drink to be a sweet tea. And I'm using the light cinnamon cider. Come on, laptop, unfreeze for me. No. Well, my laptop is froze. I'm hoping not everybody's is frozen. I'm wondering if I should bring up my iPad instead. Is everybody seeing the video okay? Or is it just frozen on my side? No. Well, what would it be like if I didn't have any technical problems? I'm going to bring my iPad over and do that. Hold on a second. I think that's good. Let me plug this in. Turn this on. It's good to have a backup plan. Okay, yeah, you can hear that, Amber? It probably was. There, it just shut down. It should get quiet now. Okay, I apologize for that. I got my iPad up and running. It's my old laptop, so I guess it's just having fits on me. But I've got the backup plan with the iPad. One thing wrong with my iPad is I got to keep swiping it to see the comments. But we'll make do. Okay, back to our project. We got all the coloring done there. I did the tea with the light cinnamon cider. So we're going to go ahead and start gluing these together. My dirty paper there. And I've got the black card base. I'm just going to use my Tombow liquid glue. And let me put this on there first. Okay, and okay, and then we'll glue this one to the card front. Make sure I've got it opening the right way and I don't put it upside down, backwards, or anything else. Alright, so there we got her down there. And I've already cut out the tags. I'm not sure if I explained, but I'm using the tailor tags. It comes in different sizes, and we're using these two. And I want to bring in my blending brushes again because I want to add a little color to these so they're not so stark white. Just a little. And we'll put some balmy blue on this one. Okay. I think that looks good. Alright. Set that aside again. And then we're going to attach our larger tag at the bottom of her dress there. And we're going to lay that on there straight, and the other one we're going to angle. And I think I'm wanting to put this one up on dimensionals. And I've got down to the bottom of my dimensionals, so we're just going to use the edges. And do some snipping. And we're going to put one there, and another one right about there. And we're going to put it right about there. Let me move those so I don't lose them. And then we're going to snip out our words. We don't need the relax, we just need the smaller ones. I'm not missing any comments. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit too strong for me, Amber. That's funny. Guess it's 5 o'clock somewhere. And I'm just cutting off these words, and I'm going to angle the bright side of them a little bit. And this one. Okay. Alright, now we're going to kind of angle these a little bit, place them where we want to. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax, sort of like this. So I'm going to put a little glue on the backs. And place them down. Okay, oops, trying to find a spot where I don't get glue all over my fingers. And our final one. Okay, oops, it moved on me. Close this up. And we're going to come back in. And I've already tied a double bow, and I used 2 different twines. I used the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, which I used the black one out of there. And then I used the Fan Baker's Twine, and I used the blue out of there. And then I just held them together and made a bow. So I've got a double bow with both colors. And we're just going to place a tiny glue dot there. And get your pick tool. And I may have to put another glue dot in there. No, I guess that's going to hold it. Okay, we're good. Okay, and then on the inside, I've got a 1-inch strip of the Designer Series paper. This is 1 inch by 5 1/4 inches, and we're going to attach that to the side of our panel. Let me go ahead and stamp our sentiment first in case I goof it and have to turn my paper over. It does happen occasionally. So on the inside, we're going to do "You're always so good to others, be good to yourself too." And we're going to stamp that kind of to the right side middle. Put this cover back on there. And we'll get our liquid glue and we'll attach our strip. Uh-oh, now I'm getting fuzzies. Hopefully it clears off. There it goes. Facebook likes to keep us challenged here. Okay, and then we're going to attach that with just a tiny border on that left side. And we'll have to come back in here and do a little trimming. I'd rather have it too long than not long enough, so it's easier to cut off than it is to add to it. And we're going to attach that to the inside of our card now. Okay, there's our inside of our card. And I'm also going to add some rhinestones, which I've got them covered up over here. I thought I had them out, but I guess I didn't. And I take the pick tool, and we'll take off 3 rhinestones. And I'm going to add Some to our larger tag. And another one right up here in the upper corner. Okay, so here we have our card. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. And you're always so good to others, be good to yourself too. So that's our first card. Let me move some things out of the way here and we'll get on to our next one. Clean up my trash here a little bit. Okay. So our next one is our fun fold. This is, "Hi friend, just sitting here thinking of you." And I'm using 2 different stamp sets on this one too. And let me get all of our products out here. I'm using the Honey Home or Honeybee Home, and then I'm using the Sit, Stay, Relax. This is a Hostess set. Got my cord sticking here in the way. There we go. And you can get this with a $150 order. So it's really cute. It's got "Just sitting here thinking of you. You feel like home to me. Relish today. Wish you were here. Missing you. And hi friend." And it's got a dog and 2 cats sitting in a chair. But we're using the sentiment side of this. Okay, so let me set that aside and we'll get started. Get all my bits and pieces out here without making too much noise. Alright. And I'm using the new Stylish Shapes dies. And with this you get the squares. I already cut those out. And a couple banners and then some circles. So you've got the squares, circles, and banners all in one right there. So that's in the annual catalog. It's one of my new ones. Okay, instructions are right here. We're going to start out with fresh freesia cardstock. I kind of bent my cardstock a little bit. I need to bring in my paper cutter because we're going to do some scoring. I've already cut the card size out, which is 6 1/4 inches by 9 inches. And we're going to score it at 2 1/4 inches and 4 1/2 inches. So let's do the 2 1/4. We'll score that. And then we'll push it over to the 4 1/2 inch. And just score that one. Okay, so that's all we need that for, I think. So let's go ahead and fold these on the score lines. Bring out our bone folder so we can burnish the edges. And this one, okay, that goes that way too. Okay, so I had that one going the wrong direction. Well, I think I'm inside out here. I'm going to go this way and then this way. There. I get a good edge on both of these, so they'll lay down good. Alright, so that's how our card base is. We're going to set that aside. And I've got quite a few different sizes here, so to get all the dimensions you may want to go into my blog later. I'll get things loaded up to it later today and you'll get all the measurements. Or you could just rewind on the video to get as I go along. So we got the fresh freesia. It's 4 1/8 inches by 5 7/8 inches. And I've embossed that using the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. I don't know if you can see it really good. Got a lot of glare on the lights here. That's the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. And then I have a basic black mat, which measures 4 1/4 inches by 6 inches. And that's going to go on to this one. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down. So we're going to have a lot of pieces here and we don't want to get mixed up. Alright, and then we'll place that onto our black. Center it with a tiny border going around. Alright, and we can go ahead and glue that to the inside of our card. Whoops. Oh, jumped right out of my hands here. And we'll center that on the inside of our card. Oops, I need to push it down a little bit. It's a good thing about the liquid glue, you got time to move it around if you need to. And alright, that looks good. And then we've got 2 panels of the basic black that measure 6 inches by 2 inches. And then our designer series paper that measures 1 3/4 inches by 5 7/8 inches. So we've got 2 of each of those. So we're going to go ahead and glue those down to our black panels. Be sure you all share the video and like it. And if you're watching it later on YouTube, be sure that you hit that subscribe button. And you'll be notified when I put new videos up, which is usually every week. And we're going to go ahead and glue those down to our panels. Put one in the front. I'm going to unfold this side, lay it flat, and there we go. And try to get them somewhat even. And then this one will go on the next panel, our inside panel. Oh, we're supposed to have rain today, but it looks like the sun's trying to come out, which is okay with me. I don't care for gloomy, cloudy days. I did get me a B12 vitamin shot the other day from my blood doctor, so I'm hoping that gives me a little bit of energy. Since I've been sick and stuff, I can't seem to get my energy back again. So I'm hoping that helps. I gotta go again next month, so I'll get another one. But hopefully it works. Okay, and then I've got some other ones here that I've cut out. These are some black squares that I've cut out that measure, what are they? Well, my instructions, I'm trying to follow them. They're 1 3/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches, so they're completely squares. And then I die cut the fresh freesia using the smaller square. And I like these dies because it gives you the stitching on the negative and the positive sides, so you got it on both sides. And this will go onto this one, and this one will go onto this one. And then I have another one. So we have 3 black squares. And then I've also got a Designer Series paper square that I cut at 1 5/8 by 1 5/8. We're just going to mat that onto the black. And then another white that I die cut using the same die here. And that'll all be layered right like that. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing down our squares onto our black ones. And this grid paper is one of the new in-color grid paper packs that you can get when you sign up for a starter kit. It comes in all the in-colors, new in-colors. It's really pretty. As demonstrators, we were able to order it too, so. I think it's real cheerful with the flowers. And I'm loving the new in-colors. Is everybody liking the new in-colors this time? We've got the Parakeet Party. We've got Tahitian Tide. Sweet Sorbet, Orchid Oasis, and the Starry Sky. I was sad to see the old ones go, but I like these too, so. Okay, so we put all those layers together. And then we're going to set those aside for a moment because we're going to do some stamping. I'll get my scrap paper out here again. And we're going to stamp our flowers. And I'm just using the black Memento ink. And I've got 2 stamps onto one acrylic block here, so it might look kind of strange. And I need 2 of these. And can I fit that one on there? I think so. And then I need one of this one. Okay, that worked okay. And as long as I got my ink pad out here, I'm also stamp my sentiments too. So it's going to say, "Hi friend." Oh, and I gotta do the B yet, so we gotta go do some more. And I'm just gonna stamp this down in the corner, and these are going to be setting at a triangle side. And where's my B? There's my B. And stamp the B right there. Okay. And then I've also got our square here that I need to stamp. Now this one's using the larger square, and then the next larger square I cut out the black, so it's got the stitching going around it also. So we're going to stamp our sentiment on the center of this one, and this is going to be angled too at a diamond shape. Just sitting here thinking of you. And we're going to put that over to the left side. Now we're done with the ink, I believe. Put the color on that. And let me get these dies over here so I don't lose them. I need to get my tray over here for my magnetic bowl. I can see it, but I can't reach it, so we'll just skip it today. And we're going to place our white layer onto our black layer. And okay, set that aside, set that aside. And we're going to bring in our blends, Stampin' Blends. And we've got Fresh Freesia, Daffodil Delight, Soft Succulent are our colors that we're using. We're just going to be coloring these flowers. Let me get my paper in case I bleed through. So I'm going to start with the dark, light Fresh Freesia. Make sure I'm not missing any comments. Hi Brenda, glad you're here. Becky says, I'm so glad you're demonstrating this fun fold card. Yeah, I don't do enough fun folds. I need to start doing more. I know some are kind of complicated, but I could do those, just don't do as many cards that day or something, so I may have to put that on my schedule. We all like fun folds, I think. Some can be challenging. Okay, but this is a fairly simple one. It's not really hard. All right, Fresh Freesia. Let me bring in the light. And we're going to die cut these out as soon as I get done coloring these here. I'm just doing this flower. So hopefully I don't take too long. Okay, so I plan to come live again next Wednesday at the same time, 10 o'clock Central Time. So I'm hoping that works for everybody. And I'm not sure about the following week. I'm supposed to have a procedure next Thursday. So I'm not sure how I'm going to be after that, how long it's going to take me to recuperate. But I'm planning to be there the following week, if all goes well. And we're doing the Fresh Freesia, the Soft Succulent Dark for the leaves, and then I'm going to come back in with a light Soft Succulent and fill in the rest of the leaves. If there's anything you want me to do, just give me some suggestions of what stamp sets you might want me to use. If I have it, I'll try to make up something and come up with something. I'm always open to suggestions. Alright, now we're going to color our bee here. So I'm going to do the dark Daffodil Delight and the light. So I'm going to, oops, there's my phone. Might be a telemarketer or a scam. I don't answer it if I don't recognize the number. Let the answer machine get it. Okay, so we got our coloring done. We'll set all of our blends aside, get them out of the way. We'll bring our baby boss over here and we'll do some die cutting. And okay, plates. Number 1, 2 and 2 cutting plate. And I need to get my dies out here. We need this one for that one. And this one for those. And a bee. Okay. And that's a little bit too wide. I want to cut that down to size. Let's get it through our baby here. So we'll cut those 2 first. I think I can get both of those. Let me turn this a minute. And okay, I want to get my, there be some washi tape to hold this down. And our bee. Okay, now we can run that through it. Alright, we got those cut. We'll set them over there and we'll come back in with our sit still here. There's one, we need one more. Have you all gotten any crafting time in this week? Alright, our last one. Well, Amber, I know there is one in there that I have in mind. I don't remember the name of it. I'd have to look it up here. There might be some sentiment stamps in the catalog that could be used. Alright, just taking all of my dies off here. Alright, we'll fold up our baby boss and put her aside for now. And give us some room. Okay, now we're going to bring our card back over here. We're going to start assembling. So these two purple ones, squares with the black matting, are going to go onto these. And I'm just going to attach those with some liquid glue. Or you could use glue dots, whichever you prefer. And we're going to position that on the diamond shape. And our other one, we'll do the same. Okay, and we'll do that one the same way at an angle. Okay, ink or something on my fingers here. Wouldn't be a stamper if we didn't have ink on our fingers. Size of rays of light. I don't think I have that one, Amber. No, I don't think I do. Does it say in the book what the dimensions are? So we're going to snip off this excess stem of this flower, and the same with this one. Just snipping it right up to the edge of the black mat there. And then we're going to position those on the front of our first panel. And one on the top, one on the bottom. And we're going to put our bee onto this mat that has the 3 layers. And right about there. And he's going to go off at an angle a little bit there. At first I want to glue the top and the bottom ones so you can get an idea where the middle part is. And you want to stay on the, don't go over the edge so you're able to get it into your card. Or the envelope, I mean. And this one will go at the bottom. We'll angle that the same way. And then with this B one, we're only going to put glue on the one corner, the left side. Because the rest of it's going to hang over the edge. And we're going to position that right there. I'm going to hold that for a moment. Okay, yeah. That's the one I was thinking. Oh, Sharon, you can hear the log trucks going by? Yeah, they're kind of loud some days. Guess they think it's a highway here. It might be why we're called Highway 128. Might be. Okay, so we're going to, oh, I forgot to do some things. We've got another black mat here. And this measures 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And then we've got a designer series paper that is 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. And we're going to cut these at an angle diagonally. So I forgot to do those. So I'm just going to put it in my paper trimmer track and line up the 2 corners, 2 points, and snip that right in half. And then we're going to do the same with the black one. And snip it. Okay. Alright, there's a lot of pieces to this, so you might want to go to my blog later and get the dimensions, unless you're able to follow along. And it doesn't seem like it's the right size. I have to trim this off a little bit. Okay, I'll leave just a small border going around it. That's fine. And the same with this side. Oops, did just a little bit too much here. Okay, now these will go in the corner, the top and the bottom. Only on the right side, I'm not putting it on the left side. So, like so, and I'm going to leave a little of that edge around there so you can still see the background. And okay. Okay. Alright, now this one we can place on the inside. And we're going to just put it right up against your scored edge there. Okay. And we've colored our flower. We've cut that out already. And we have a black mat here that's going to sit on that, and that measured 1 1/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches. So we're going to glue our flower to that. Might be going a little bit longer today. I hope that's okay with everybody. Our next card is pretty simple, though it shouldn't take very long. And we're going to take that, we're going to attach that to our inside panel, which is right here. We're just going to center that. Okay, like that. And then I've done a double bow using that black twine. And we're going to place that. And I'm going to take your pick tool. Where did you go? There you are. And we're going to place that little bow at the bottom of High Friend Sentiment. And then I've got some adhesive backed hexagons. We're going to be using those. We're going to use the black ones. And we're going to place 2 small ones right up here next to the bee. And then another one up on this purple flower. Okay. Just trying to get some of my stuff out of here. Okay, so that's our card. Hi, friend. Just sitting here thinking of you. So, and it can stand up. I don't know if it shows on the camera at all. Just reading kind of comments and see if I missed anything. Okay, I guess I got everything. So So that's our second card. Now let's turn to our third card. And yeah, I got all my pieces here that we're using. Okay, I'm going to be using the limited edition stamp set. So if you sell your cards, Stampin' Up! Wants you to make sure that you use the Stampin' Up! Emblems if you sell them. It's kind of a trademark. So, but I like all the sentiments in there too. It says handcrafted from the heart, one of a kind creation made with love, a paper hug from me, and we're using that sentiment today. And then this one says limited edition with a flower in the middle, and then just for you and hand stamped. Okay, so here's our card. And I'm also using the layering circles dies. Alright, so I've got everything cut out. I think it shouldn't take us very long. And here's the inside, made with love. A paper hug from me, made with love. Yeah, I've got everything pretty well done on this one, so we're just going to assemble it. So our card base is just our thick basic white, 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and then scored in the middle or folded at 4 1/4 inches. And we're just going to burnish that edge really good. And then I have Copy Parade cardstock, which is 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And that's going to be our mat on top of our card. Get that out of the way. And then I have our basic white cardstock, and that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I've embossed that already using the embossing folder, the Stripes and Splatters 3D embossing folder. And we're using this one here. But I've already done that. I've done it ahead of time. And I didn't go all the way down. I left a section at the bottom because the folder is a smaller folder. So, but we just need the upper portion because we're going to be putting our designer series paper on the bottom of that, which measures 2.5 inches by 3 7/8 inches. So let me go ahead and glue those together. And it'll be a small edge going around it. And I've die cut the Poppy Parade using the layering circles dies, the kind of scalloped edge one. And then I die cut the white out of basic white. And we're going to stamp our sentiment onto there, which says a paper hug from me. And I'm going to use Poppy Parade ink. And let me scooch that aside and stamp this. And just stamp that right in the center of that circle. Okay. And glue those together. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of the scalloped Poppy Parade circle, so this one I'm going to glue directly down to that scalloped layer. Thank you, Becky. I try. Sometimes I get stumped and I don't know what I'm going to do, but eventually it does come to me, I guess. That's why I'm always open to suggestions, because give my brain a rest sometimes. Okay, so we're going to attach this layer to the Poppy Parade layer. And it's up a little bit too far. I gotta scooch it down. And it doesn't want to move. Okay, that's better, I think. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Now that I got glue all over my fingers. And we've got our ribbon, which is the white frayed ribbon. It's in the catalog, the annual catalog. And I like this because you can, when you cut it, you can unravel the ends a little bit and make a little ruffle at the edge. So I'm going to do that on both ends and then trim this down a little bit. And on the other one, just kind of pull as many as you want. And trim off the excess. And I'm going to put that right across our seam right there. And I'm going to use a little bit of tear and tape, I think, to hold that down. I guess I needed a longer strip there. Come back in and get another strip. And take your pick tool to lift off those coverings. Oops. Need that to stick there, not come up with the layer, top layer. Okay, got that. And now we're just going to lay our ribbon across there. And put some dimensionals on the back of this. And again, I'm just using the edges of my dimensionals because we don't want to waste those. They're still good. And maybe one more. Okay. I'm being brave today. I'm using my fingernails to pull these backings off. Usually I can't get a hold of them. Alright, and then we're going to place that kind of in the center. And we'll go ahead and put this onto our card base. Okay. And scooch it over a little bit. Alright, and for the inside, we've got a strip of Designer Series paper, and that measured 3/4 inches by 5 1/8 inches. And this paper comes from the Field of Flowers, is that what it's called? No, Flowering Fields, which are retiring the end of June. So if you want to get your order in, you need to do it before then, while supplies last. Okay, so we've got that. Now we need to put some rhinestones on here. And I used my paper pumpkin, Poppy Parade blends to color. You can change your rhinestones to whatever color you want. You just use your Stampin' Blends. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 3 of them. Just color them a little bit with the wider tip of your blends. But be sure that you don't press too hard because you could ruin your tips of your Stampin' Blends. Okay, I should let those dry a little bit. I'm probably going to pass ink along here. They just take a moment to dry, but I didn't let them dry here. So, one there. And another one up there. Okay, so I need to stamp my sentiment on the inside. We almost forgot that. And I'm going to use the Made with Love. And I'm going to use my washi tape again. I'm going to mask off that Stampin' Up! Logo thing. So we're just going to put our washi tape over the top of it, hide it, and come in here, ink up our stamp. Be sure you pull off the washi tape before you stamp it on your paper, or you'll regret it. Ask me how I know. Okay, so there we have our 3rd card. Making sure I don't have any ink on my fingers to pass on. So it says, a paper hug from me, made with love. Alright, let's bring our cards all back in here. And make sure that we're on camera view. Thank you, Becky. Glad you enjoyed them. Okay, so there's our cards for today. I guess I don't have any other news I need to let you know about. Like I said, we will be having Facebook Live again next Wednesday, which will be June already. It will be, what is it, June 1st? Yes, June 1st, 10 o'clock Central Time. And if you have any suggestions on anything that you might see, be sure that you put a comment here in the message in the Facebook Live, or private message me. I'm glad to see what I can do with it. I'm always open to suggestions. And you all just have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. Have a safe and fun Memorial Day weekend. We're not doing anything. We're staying home. Might try to find something to put on the barbecue. I don't know. Maybe. We'll have to see. I think our weather's supposed to be good. And hope you all get some time in between now and then to be able to do some crafting, card making, crafting, whatever your passion is. And I'll see you again next week, Wednesday, June 1st, 10 o'clock Central Time. And everybody stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you for being here. Bye.